Hey y'all, it's Tanya. BJ and I have more answers too. Where y'all been? These are our experiences and our opinion. We hope you are informed, inspired, and maybe even entertained. In this episode, we share details of our suspenseful journey to a destination in the New England area. Our adventure includes 3 new states and even has the travel tip weaved into it. To get notified of future videos, subscribe to this channel and choose the notification bell. On Thursday, June 30th, we left home about 6 p.m. after a full day at work and summer camps. We knew our crew wasn't excited about taking a long scenic drive, so we did not tell them where we were going. This made it challenging to talk and text with family members while traveling though. Their first thought, and probably prayer, was we were meeting their cousins at King's Dominion. However, once they realized we still had a ways to go, everyone went to sleep. When they woke up at 3 a.m. and saw we were in Philly, they realized Virginia was not correct. Since Pat's and Gino's steak eateries were open 24 hours, we stopped and grabbed a really late night snack. Our middle child just knew we were about to check into a hotel, but she was wrong. On Friday, July 1st, we made a pit stop on the New Jersey Turnpike to stretch and get a drink. I got some Starbucks Pike Place coffee for the first time and ended up so jacked up on the coffee that I couldn't wind down. We stopped in New Haven, Connecticut to a famous university, and I jokingly told our son we were dropping him off to a summer program, and our daughters thought it was our destination. I snapped a keepsake photo of our kids, and we got back on the road. That's when they realized that we still weren't there yet. As we rode across the Massachusetts state line, they remembered our trip to Boston many years ago and guessed that we were going there. We did not correct them because we knew our next stop would confuse them. We couldn't go this far northeast without popping into Vermont. So we went to Guilford, Vermont, filled up on fuel, and grabbed a heavy snack from Burger King. Then we went to a few stores before we finally located our shot glass in Rite Aid. Next, we stopped in Salem, Massachusetts for lunch. The more I understood where we were, the more the name of the restaurant made sense. Our waitress knew we were visiting the area and recommended a fun spot nearby. But when we went to the room, we just relaxed by the pool instead. For dinner, we drove to Kittery, Maine, and afterwards we picked up a shot glass right inside the restaurant. Then we drove across the bridge into Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and picked up another shot glass before we headed back to the hotel in Danvers, Massachusetts, where our kids played the PlayStation and we slept. On July 2nd, we took the local waitress's advice and went to a park by the water in Salem, Massachusetts. It was an easy choice because it was lunchtime and we found a good restaurant in the same area. The parking was free, the scene was gorgeous, and though there was a rocky beach access, most people didn't even get in the water because the breeze from the water and the trees made the park a cool place to be in temperature and surroundings. A small shack sat close to the shoreline near a huge tree, and picnic tables were within steps of the pickup window. Although the food was highly rated, the line was short, but that didn't stop us from trying it. However, once we finished eating, the line at the shack was long. Next, we went to an arcade to play. Our son and I got comfy with the Pac-Man game. Our girls were on a quest to get as many tickets as they could, while BJ just observed and got captivated by a 6-year-old shorty who could really shoot. After the arcade, we went down the strip and ordered some Italian ice and ice cream. Then we walked to the pier and watched children play in the water. Boats park in the bay, boat owners and their guests get shuttled to shore, and people relax on blankets and lawn chairs in the coolest place in town. The last thing we did on July 2nd was took a 20-minute drive to Singing Beach. When we arrived, we noticed the limited parking along a long, narrow path and a $5 per person entrance fee. We didn't realize we had to pay to see if the sand really does sing. So we chose to get some treats from an ice cream shop nearby instead. On July 3rd, we had an amusement park, water park, rope course, more arcades, boating, and historic tour that we could choose from. The adventure in me wanted to do something totally out of the norm, while our kids wanted to stay close and do something amusing. We decided to go a little further into Maine for a northeastern beach experience and do a boat tour to learn about harvesting lobsters. We also planned to eat there and visit the arcades. We started the day eating lunch in York, Maine, on a strip next to the coast with a lighthouse in view. The scene was so beautiful, and the restaurant was designed with wall-to-wall windows to take it all in. The day really was picture perfect in every way, which made driving 12 hours from North Carolina totally worth it. It also made me excited about going out on the boat. Our boat tour was in Ogunquit, Maine, which means beautiful place by the sea. It was very educational and relaxing. The view of the $1 million houses on the peaks and the pebble beaches from the sea were amazing. It was one of the most beautiful scenes ever. After the tour, we were able to get crabs and lobster steamed at the side market. We left Ogunquit to go back south to Short Sands Beach in York, Maine. The girls and I walked to the beach to check the temperature before we changed into our suits. When we felt the cold water, we decided there was no need for a suit and we went to the arcade instead. On our walk to the arcade, we noticed a lot of kids were digging holes in the sand and creating little pools. I'm sure the sun made these little pools of water a lot warmer than the sea. It's funny because in the South, we bury ourselves in the sand, but here they were creating private pools. The arcade was stuffy, but our kids didn't mind. They played until they couldn't get any more change out of us. Then we went back down to the beach to enjoy the beautiful rocks and take some photos. Our middle child and I had a fall on the rocks and left pieces of ourselves in Maine. On the way back to Salem, we stopped in Fort Smith, New Hampshire for a treat, and we listened to a mini concert by the leftist marching band in the square. Then we decided to go back to the park by the water to get a snack from the shack before the traffic got heavy. On July 4th, we woke up early and started our trip home. We made our first stop in Cambridge, Massachusetts, to visit another famous university and found the statue of the founder. Our second stop was in Stamford, Connecticut for barbecue. Then we ate dinner at one of our favorites, Moe's Seafood and Pasta in Baltimore, Maryland. Other places we ate include the Black Lobster in Salem, Massachusetts, the Clam Shack in Salem, Massachusetts, Kelly's in Salem, Massachusetts, Warren's Lobster House in Kittery, Maine, the Lobster Cove in York, Maine, Footbridge Lobster in Ogunquit, Maine, and Dinosaurs Barbecue in Stamford, Connecticut. Places we played include Salem Willows Arcade in Salem, Massachusetts, Short Sands Beach in York, Maine, Fun-O-Rama Arcade in York, Maine. Places we explored: were Yale University in New Haven, Connecticut, Perkins Cove in Ogunquit, Maine, and Harvard University in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Travel tip. Did you notice the travel tip was embedded in the information already shared? In a previous episode, we mentioned that we aim to make memories with family, and this travel tip expands on that by finding new ways to make memories with family. For this mystery trip, we chose to keep it suspenseful for the kids while visiting 3 new states, and we watched their responses along the way. This look back has been fun, but it's time to pause and answering, where y'all been? If you enjoyed it, like it, and share it. To learn more about our family travels, subscribe to our channel, and you can also get notified of new episodes if you select the notification bell.